Hey ladies, welcome to this week's Tip Tuesday. I'm Jennifer McSweeney for those of you who don't know me. Today I'm going to show you how to clean the filter that is above your cook stove. It is your exhaust filter and it is usually located either on the bottom of your microwave or your range hood, depending on what you have over your stove. So here we go. I'm going to show you a couple of easy ways how to clean that filter. All right, ladies, here is my exhaust filter, and it is pretty disgusting, as you can see. I would say that you should clean these about twice a year to keep them really good and clean. Mine has been probably a year. I'm a little behind. That's why I thought I would show you how to do it. All right, so here we go. Okay, on my stove, I have a large pot with extremely hot water, and I do not have the fire turned on anymore under it. I've turned that off. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a scoop of OxyClean. Now, depending on what size your scooper is, you might have to add more than one. I have the large container, so I have a large scoop. So we're going to add one large scoop. If you have the smaller ones, just adjust and add, a few of those. So let's do that. I'm going to add our OxyClean to our water. I'm just going to stir it a minute just to kind of get it to dissolve. Okay, and now we are going to add our filter. I'm just going to add half down in it because my pan is big, but it's not that big. So there we go. All right, ladies, check out this grossness. I mean, that is just disgusting. My filter has set in the pot with OxyClean water for about 20 to 30 minutes. And depending on how dirty yours is, you'll just have to play around with the time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the pot and I'm going to go over to my sink and rinse it so you can see how clean it is, because all of that is now in the pot. Okay, ladies, check this out. This is the side that I had immersed in that nasty water. I just took it out, took it over to my sink, and rinsed it with water. And check out the difference. All right, ladies, I realize that not everyone has OxyClean on hand, and for that reason, I'm going to show you another way that you can clean your filter. I do have to make a quick disclaimer. I have switched to a larger pot. This is a larger stock pot, and I just want to remind you not to fill your pot so full of water, because the way I showed you with OxyClean and what I'm getting ready to show you, both fizz and foam up, and they will flow over your pot and make a mess on your stove. As you could see from the OxyClean, it almost got out of hand on me. So I moved to a bigger pot to show you this, and this is going to be using good old white vinegar and baking soda. These two products are two of my absolute favorite cleaning products in my home. I use them for so many things, and they are natural, so they're not harmful. The smell of the vinegar when you use it goes away. It's not a big deal. What I'm going to do is add a cup of vinegar here, and it really doesn't matter what order you do it. And I'm going to add a cup of baking soda. Now you can add more than a cup. I think that box right there is probably about 2 cups if you feel like you need it. But now it is going to give you that foaming action, so you need to be really careful as you're adding it. And add it extremely slowly. If you ever made a volcano as a kid, this is the action you're getting there. And it will continue rising, so we just want to be really careful. I'm going to just run my spoon in there a little bit. Now, I will add the rest in just a minute, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the other side of my filter that I didn't add before. We're going to throw it down in there, and I'm gonna add, I hope this video turns out okay. I'm trying to hold this and do it at the same time. It's a little bit hard. All right, so we are going to do one thing different though with this. With this, we are going to leave the fire on. So I have my flame on, and after it gets up, you know, to where it's boiling, you want to just turn your heat down so it's not going to boil over. So I just turn it down to low, so you can see I have just a slight little boil on it. And look at the gross that's already come off. So with this method, we're just going to allow it to just kind of cook in this hot water for a little while, and I'll be back to show you the results. Doing a little check-in here. Actually, I ended up turning my heat up so that it would continue to boil and do this working action. So I said a little bit ago on low, but you just want to kind of play with it until you make sure it's not going to boil over. So this is actually turned up to about a medium high, and there we go. We'll be back. All right, ladies, it has been about 30 minutes with it kind of cooking in this vinegar and baking soda. You can see the nasty around the edge of the pot. So I'm just going to turn off the heat. I'm going to use a pot holder to grab this because it is going to be hot, so you definitely don't want to grab it with your bare hands. And we're just going to pull it up out of here. And you can tell already how much better it looks. Then we go rinse it at the sink, and I'll be back to show you the finished product. Alrighty, here is the finished product from one end to the other. As you can see, both methods work really well and definitely clean it up and get rid of all the nasty grease that builds up on this filter.